Okay, today's topic, our topic is the oncogenic viruses. The oncogenic viruses are classified into two major categories, those which are DNA viruses and those which are the RNA viruses. The DNA viruses, which are oncogenic, which cause the tumors, they are as follows: the human papillomavirus, Epstein-Barr virus, which is also called the human herpes virus 4. So the Epstein-Barr virus is also called human herpes virus 4. And the Kaposi sarcoma associated herpes virus, which is the human herpes virus 8. And the hepatitis B virus, Merkel cell Papillomavirus virus. So these are the DNA viruses which cause the tumors in the human beings. And the viruses, RNA viruses which cause the tumors, these are hepatitis C virus and the human T-cell leukemia virus. Again, the human T-cell leukemia virus, they are type 1 and type 2. So the tumor viruses or the oncogenic viruses are DNA viruses or the RNA viruses. Let us come to describe each. The most important DNA virus that causes the carcinogenesis in the human beings is the human papillomavirus. This is the most important virus, and this is the DNA virus, and they cause the several types of the cancers. You will be looking at this slide. They cause the cervical, the oral, penile, vaginal, anal, as well as the vulvar neoplasia. So this virus causes the various types of the neoplastic tumors, the neoplasia. Let us come to see. One of the most common, the cause of the mortality in the females is the cervical cancer. The cervical cancer is one of the fourth cause in the female cancer deaths and the second most common cancer in women aged 15 to 44 years. So the human papillomavirus is one of the most important oncogenic virus that causes the high mortality among the females, and a single woman dies every 2 minutes. This is the statistics, and approximately 30 women die every 1 hour. So can you imagine that how much important is this virus, the human papillomavirus, which is related to various neoplastic growths. So the human papillomavirus has the different types, different serotypes. The the type 1 through 4. From 1 to 4, HPV causes the plantar warts, the warts on the soles of the foot. So this serotype, the human papillomavirus type 1 to 4, cause the plantar warts. And from 6 to 11, these are associated with the anogenital warts, which are also called the condyloma acuminatum. This also causes these serotypes of human papillomavirus also cause the laryngeal papilloma. As the name indicates, this virus causes the papillary growth, the papilloma on the keratinizing epithelium as well as on the squamous epithelium. So the serotype 6 to 11 causes the laryngeal papilloma. This is much more important in the females. These serotypes, the 16 and 18, they have importance in the females because they cause the cervical carcinoma, the carcinoma of cervix, as well as the penile carcinoma in the males. So these two serotypes, the types of the human papillomavirus, they are closely related to cervical carcinoma and the penile carcinoma. So the different types of the human papillomavirus cause the different neoplastic lesions ranging from the plantar warts, the anogenital warts, laryngeal papilloma, and the carcinoma of cervix, and the penile carcinoma. So these are the lesions caused by the HPV. How the human papilloma virus causes the oncogenesis, how it occurs. The way is that the human papilloma encodes for two genes, E6 and E7. They are encoded by the human papillomavirus, and the function of these two genes is to suppress the tumor suppressor genes, which are normally present in human beings. Their function of these two genes in the human beings is to suppress the tumor growth. So these two genes which are encoded by the human papillomavirus, they suppress these normal genes which are called the P53 and retinoblastoma genes. So by suppressing these two normal genes, they cause the growth of the uncontrolled growth of the tumors. And primarily the HPV infects the keratinizing or the mucosal squamous epithelium. So the papillomavirus, human papillomavirus, infects either the skin or the squamous epithelium anywhere in the body. And the second DNA virus, that is the Epstein-Barr virus, which is also called the human herpes virus 4. And this is also related to the neoplastic growth in the human beings. And this virus, Epstein-Barr virus, causes the infection, and that infection is called the infectious mononucleosis. The clinical condition, which is called the infectious mononucleosis. Mostly it infects the B lymphocytes, which are mononuclear, so they infect the lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, and that is why they are called the mononucleosis. And the disease is called the infectious mononucleosis caused by Epstein-Barr virus. And the clinical presentation is the fever, and that fever is called the glandular fever. And this fever is also called the kissing disease. So the infectious mononucleosis is also called the glandular fever or the kissing disease. And the second pathology, the tumor is the Burkitt's lymphoma caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. This virus also causes the nasopharyngeal carcinoma and the thymic carcinoma. So these are the 4 presentations of the Epstein-Barr virus: infectious mononucleosis, Burkitt's lymphoma, nasopharyngeal carcinoma, and the thymic carcinoma. How the tumorigenesis occurs in Epstein-Barr virus. This causes the translocation of a cellular gene, that is the cellular gene, that is translocated from the 8 chromosome to the 14. So this gene is located on the 8, and this is translocated to the 14 chromosome. So in this way, the Epstein-Barr virus causes the neoplasia. The third one, DNA virus, that is the hepatitis B virus, that causes the neoplasia, the neoplastic change in the human beings. And mostly this virus, as you will be aware, that causes the hepatitis, and causes the chronic liver disease that will lead to the hepatocellular carcinoma. And this carcinoma previously was called the hepatoma. So the hepatocellular carcinoma and the pathogenesis, in the way the pathogenesis, how the hepatitis B virus causes the hepatocellular carcinoma, is that this virus carries the HBX protein, and this is encoded by the hepatitis B virus, and this suppresses the tumor suppressive gene that is normally present in the cellular level in the human beings. So the HBX protein suppresses the P53. The human herpes virus 8. This is also a DNA virus, and this is associated with these diseases These are the Kaposi sarcoma. Kaposi sarcoma is a vascular endothelial tumor, and it is a most common cancer in patients with the AIDS. So this is most common cancer associated with the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, and it causes the neoplasia by this antigen. This antigen is called the latency associated nuclear antigen, and this is encoded by this virus, human herpes virus 8, and this this antigen suppresses these two normal genes. So in the same in the way it causes the neoplastic growth, the Kaposi's sarcoma. The last one among the DNA virus that causes the cancers in the human beings is the carcinoma of Merkel cells in skin. This is a skin cancer, and this is called the Merkel cell carcinoma. The Merkel cells, they are associated with the skin, and mostly the part of the skin which is exposed to the sunlight, such as the face and the neck. So the Merkel cell carcinoma is usually occurs at these sites, the face and the neck. The T antigen, which is encoded by this virus, which interferes with the tumor suppressor genes, and these are the P53 and the retinoblastoma gene. So in these cases, mostly the tumor suppressor genes, they are suppressed. So the tumorigenesis occurs. Coming to the RNA viruses, which are associated with neoplasia, which are oncogenic, these are the human T cell lymphotrophic virus. Human T cell lymphotrophic virus, this causes the cutaneous T cell lymphoma, and the secondly, and the disease which is caused by this human T cell lymphotrophic virus is the tropical spastic paralysis. This one is the autoimmune disease, and the human T cell lymphotrophic viruses encodes the two special genes, the TUX and TREX, that regulate the transcription and the translation. So they are the special genes, and they interfere with the transcription and translation. They regulate these two processes, and in this way they cause the cutaneous T cell lymphoma, and mostly the affinity, this virus has affinity for the CD4 positive T cells. So mostly this infects the CD4 positive T cells, thereby causing the cutaneous T cell lymphoma. This is well-known virus, that is the hepatitis C virus, and this causes likewise the hepatitis B virus. It also causes the hepatocellular carcinoma, and the mode of transformation, the mode of the causing the neoplasia in the liver is that this virus causes the chronic hepatitis, leading to the cirrhosis, and lastly, at the end, it causes the hepatocellular carcinoma. So these were the different viruses which cause the tumors in the human beings, and these viruses are called the oncogenic viruses, and they were divided into the DNA and the RNA viruses. Thank you very much for listening. Say record open.